And now it's time for our 3 cents here on our featured topic of the day, the impact of inspirational moms.
Yes, we all just celebrated Mother's Day, of course, yesterday. Sure hope you had a great Mother's Day out there, but I'm sure we can all agree one day just isn't enough to honor women, or shall I say the superheroes of our lives.
That's right. And of course, moms should be celebrated every day, not just for bringing us into the world, but for their sacrifices that they make as well, the values they instill, the unconditional love that they share. I say it so like, I just know my mom truly just showers me in unconditional love, and I'm like, how do you do
nice.
it?
How do you do it? No matter what I do, you still do it. Now, before we give you our 3 cents on all this, we want to show you the story of a mother-daughter duo. They're making history at 42,000 feet. Naomi Ruckham showing us their lifelong bond and journey together now as pilots.
Terry Edison and her daughter Nicole McAllister have always been close, but this Mother's Day, their bond is soaring to new heights. The duo can now claim their place in history after becoming the first mother-daughter team to co-pilot an international flight.
You're looking over there once we got leveled off and wow, you know, this is a two of us up here flying this huge jet. That was a warming feeling. I enjoyed it.
Late last month, the FedEx pilots took a 14-and-a-half-hour trip from Memphis to Incheon, South Korea, nearly 7,000 miles side by side. Terry served as captain. Nicole took the helm for takeoff and landing.
It was one of the better landings that I've had. So in that moment, it was funny because my mom was sitting right next to me, but I also reflected what my mom said, where it was like, no, I know I'm going to do well.
At a young age, Nicole admired her mom's career in aviation, so she became an Air Force pilot and eventually joined Terry at FedEx.
Nicole, how does your mom inspire you?
Oh, my mom inspires me in so many ways. She was always there, and as an adult, she's always been here.
Now a mom herself, Nicole reflects on how her mother did it all. Terry says the journey has been worth every minute.
Being a mom and doing this job, being a mom and doing any job, it's not easy to, find that fine balance of being able to do both and being able to do both well.
Their message to moms everywhere: let your dreams take flight. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Now, how special is that?
That's awesome.
Flying with mom?
That's amazing.
Pretty historic. By the way, to make the trip even sweeter, Nicole's dad and Terry's husband, who's also a pilot, served as a relief pilot on board.
Wow.
So their trip coming nearly 91 years after Amelia Earhart's historic solo flight across the Atlantic.
That's amazing.
Very
I love
awesome.
it.
So obviously, daughter learned from mom, following in her footsteps, doing kind of the similar path there.
Yeah.
So we want to know how moms inspire you. I can say from my mom, anything is possible. That was like this message from when I was little. Just work hard, study hard.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want.
Yeah,
that's
good.
Literally like she ingrained
Giving
in
that
us.
mentality at a young age and never giving up and going
Yeah.
after what you really want, I mean, that's a lifelong
It really is.
Right.
lifelong thing that you're being instilled in.
And it could take you in any direction, obviously. But to know that, you have the support
Yep.
of a loving mother, I think that allows people to be capable, know that they're capable.
Yeah,
right?
and
no
I-
matter what, they'll be there for
And
you.
I also think it's never too late to go after and chase your
Yeah.
dream. Look at
Yeah,
my wife.
exactly.
She went back to school. She's going to be graduating in a couple weeks from nursing school. She's showing our kids that it's never too late to give up on your dreams.
Yeah.
Always go after what you want. And, showing that is super important for our kids to see.
Yeah, I love it. It's so fun to see. My mom has, like I said, she's just always so loving. I always view my mom as just like the kindest person.
Yeah.
Like she's always so nice. And like I think I tend to get a little bit more like bogged down in the day to day, and
Yeah.
she's great at like bringing me back down to center of like
the big picture.
Exactly.
Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
sweet.
that's always been from since I was a kid how
Yeah.
she's been. So even now through being an adult, it's fun to talk to her about things and have her kind of bring me back down to a level place.
Good
Yeah.
mom advice right there, yeah. I will say, obviously for a lot of women it's challenging, right? They mentioned this in the piece,
Yeah.
to raise a kid and then work full time
Right,
and all of that.
sure.
But, they're by doing it, it's setting that example that it's possible. Like, I mean, for your wife to be in nursing school again,
Yeah.
you've explained how hard it is.
It's been so difficult.
Yeah.
It's basically like what doctors are
Yeah.
going through.
Right.
2 years of very rigorous academics, 20-hour days, going to hospitals, learning everything you can about the human body, and but her showing our kids that you don't give up and you put 100% effort in and you get a big reward out of it. And yeah, she's gone back. She went 20 years without, you know, from her other degree, which was a totally different thing.
Yeah.
She went after.
20 years later doing it. And for your kids too, of course, they miss mom, but they're able to see her working hard.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and
for a
I
good
think
cause.
especially when she's back home and, you know, it's a full-time kind of thing, like they're going to be able to say, like, look at what my mom did.
That's
you know?
exactly
Like,
right.
That's
how
awesome.
cool is
I
that?
think there's moments in our lives where we all look at that and say, look what
Yes.
mom did. That's
Right.
pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I think now that I'm older, I can recognize it more because now I ask my mom more questions like, wait, how did you
Yes.
do that? How
You
did
get a little bit more curious, right? Of just
Yeah.
like, and that's what I love is once you get to that age where your parents are no longer like the disciplinary figures, and it's much more like you're
They're
able
human.
to connect with them and just be like, what was that like for you, this
Right.
or that, you
like
know?
you left a country that you
Yeah,
grew up in,
right.
came all the way here on your own. How did you
Yeah.
even know how to get around?
Yeah,
They
right.
didn't have cell phones then.
I know. I asked my dad that kind of stuff, and he's like, yeah, it was scary. Like, it was really scary, and
Right, right.
figure it out.
Moms
figured it
have
out.
that next
Amazing.
level love,
Right.
don't they?
They do,
They just
yes.
have a whole new level.
Dedication. Thank you to all of the wonderful
That's
mothers
right.
out there
Yes.
and motherly figures in our lives. We
Yes,
appreciate
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
All right, stay with us. We're taking a quick break. We will be right back.